May you find happiness and peace, and may your home stand the test of time.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary. Today I'll be reacting to another video from Kirk. Today's video is titled Kirk Shattered the White Privilege Myth, What the Left Won't Tell You. So without further ado, let's get started.
White privilege is a racist myth that is rooted in bigotry, trying to classify people based on their skin color. If you are a racist, you have something to apologize for. If you're a white person who is not a racist, you have nothing to apologize for. And anyone who makes you apologize just based on the color of their skin, they're the racist and you're not. It's that simple. And so, this idea of our systems are racist also does not stand up against any sort of cross-examination of different ethnic groups in our country. White people, on average, if you were to classify it, and again, I don't like the over-racialization of our country, but if that's where the left wants to lead this, the facts don't even support their entire charge against our country, is that Asian Americans and Indian Americans are far wealthier on average in our country than white Americans. This idea that every single white person in the country is living a life of luxury and convenience is totally untrue. And according to not just the Hoover Institution, but US Census data and government labor data, this is the greatest statistic to dispel it, which is that a black child raised by a mother and father is more likely to succeed by every independent metric than a white child who is raised by a single mother. Now, I'm not bashing single mothers. I think that they're modern-day heroes. The point is that there's two-parent privilege in our country, not white privilege in our country. And if we're serious about rebuilding the black family, which we should be putting fathers back in the home, but be very careful to try to connect disparities necessarily with discrimination. And so there's other parts of privilege as well in our country that are non-racial privilege. For example, anyone here the firstborn child? I am. You know that you have an exponentially higher likelihood of succeeding than the second child or the third child or the youngest child? You ever heard of firstborn privilege? Probably not.
That's
How
true.
about anyone here an only child? You have way higher likelihood of succeeding. Every independent study shows this. Now, we can laugh and chuckle. Of course, the point is that there are different inputs at times for why certain disparities are created. And blaming all of it on deep-seated, harbored racial resentment is not just incorrect, it's really corrosive for all of us. Instead of just looking at skin color, look at other circumstantial factors such as education, such as two-parent households. And the argument that the activists will make, and I'm sure someone here will make the argument, is that racism created those systems, right? That it was racist. And I can actually agree with part of that. Just be very specific of what systems those are. And if we're serious about improving the livelihood of our fellow countrymen, maybe we should be less focused on government welfare and more focused on work and literacy education and bringing fathers back into the home.
I love this so much. Charlie, this is the main truth. I feel like nothing is holding anyone back. If you want the job, you need to put in the work. You need to put in, I know there are individual racism, it's normal, but when it comes to corporate racism, whereby a group of institution or an institution, says we don't want black people or we don't want Asian people, we don't want, it's different. An individual can choose to be a racist. We are trying to fight against that. Make sure everyone sees each other as the same, but you can't let people do what they want to do. You let them decide to end that way of thinking by themselves, But when it comes to institutional racism, I don't think there's anything like that. I feel when you're qualified for a job, you are being given that job. And if I'm to build a complaint, I'm not going to judge people based on what I feel like their kind of people have done to me. I'm going to judge them based on their competence. You see, if I see you, or let's say I've had a bad experience with, let's say, a Nigerian, and I put out an interview or a job interview, a job opening, I need people to come and work for me, and I see another Nigerian, I might feel like, should I give you the chance based on past experience? But I think the best thing to do is put the person on trial. Let's say 6-month trial or 3-month trial. The person can be a temporary staff, and by then you'll be able to monitor this person. If you're going to permanent the person or not. Maybe based on past experience though, but you don't just stop them from working simply because of one person's mistake. Everyone is entitled to have, a fresh start, a fresh opinion. You don't just cut them or feel like, yeah, because this person have done this, so all of you are the same. It's a very bad way of judging people. Yeah, I know, yeah. When something keep on happening from a particular kind of people, you end up, feeling like that is how it's supposed to be. But sometimes we're all brought up in different background. So you don't just judge people by that. And Charlie made mention of single parenting. And I think single parenting can cause a whole lot of harm, you see, because I don't want to train my child alone. That is why I'm almost 30 and I've not given birth, simply because I don't want to give birth and I will start fighting for, or a woman will start calling me for child support and this. I want to give birth when I'm married, because I want to be there for my child. I want to be there to train my child. I don't want to give birth and expect another man to take care of my child. I think that is what blacks need to be looking at, or we need to be looking at as human. If you want to give birth, put your child into consideration and ask yourself, okay, is this the right time to give birth? Should I proceed and give birth now and when I'm not ready? You see, especially when you're not financially ready. I think that is what we need to be teaching our youth in school. We need to teach them to zip up, till you're financially okay to take care of a child. Aside from being financially okay, are you mentally okay to take care of a child? Because, children sometimes makes things complicated. You can be okay being with a woman. When a child enter that picture, they are babies, they don't know anything. They hardly sleep at night. They always want to eat and they mess up themselves. So you need to be mentally okay to handle those things. And you don't need to leave it on just one gender. I feel like, yes, you are the woman, you're supposed to do it. You need to prepare yourself because both of you came together to make that baby. So both of you need to be there to take care of that baby. And I think that is what we need to do. Like, don't just spread your seed everywhere and expect at least you're paying for child support. No, your presence alone in that child's life is as important as the money you are giving to the mother. So you need to be there. You need to nurture that child. You need to teach that child how to be a man, because the mother is always teaching the child, the aspect you need to learn. You see that kind nature, that nurture nature. You need to be there. You need to teach the child how to be a man, how to think like a man, and stuff like that. Okay, anyway, this is a beautiful one. I enjoyed this from Charlie, and I will definitely want to see more videos like this. If you have any recommendation, let me know in the comment section. If it's the first time visiting the channel, click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and remain blessed.